Standard angles. Now I've put underneath there, these should be learned. And why have I made such a big fuss about that? Because every single year when I read examiners' reports about exams, it says that students don't know their standard angles. So if you know the standard angles, you are giving yourself an advantage over the vast majority of students. Now there's two triangles here. One of them is isosceles and right angled, so the angle here is 45 degrees. Using Pythagoras, the length of this side is root 2. And the sine of 45, so the sine of this angle, is the opposite over the hypotenuse, 1 over root 2, which using our knowledge of surds, we can write as root 2 over 2. You'll see either, so just be aware of that. Cosine is equal, adjacent over hypotenuse, and tan 45 is opposite over adjacent, 1 over 1, which is just 1. Here we have an equilateral triangle, all the sides are 2. Remember, the angles of an equilateral triangle are 60, but what I've done is I've cut it in half, so this angle up here is 30. Again, using Pythagoras, you can work out that the height here is the square root of 2 squared minus 1 squared, so root 3. So using the 30-degree angle, sine is opposite over hypotenuse is a half, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse root 3 over 2, tangent is opposite over adjacent, 1 over root 3, again using surds is root 3 over 3, but again you do see both, so be aware. And then sine, cos, tan of 60, same thing. You need to be aware, of course, of the angles in radians. More and more you're going to be using radians, so you need to really get used to them. And it really helps in year 11 and 12 and at university where you'll use radians a lot more than degrees. So let's move on and actually look at an example. So find two angles in the range 0 to 360 so that sine theta is a half. Oh, sine theta is a half. The principal value of that is 30 degrees. ASTC, and we know how we extend. So for a sine that's positive, we're going to be in here, angle to the x-axis. And so we can say that we've got 30 degrees and then 180 take away 30, so 150 degrees.